Just keep swimming. Greetings, Earthlings and Fragcommies. My name is Luke. I am Poe, as the channel title suggests. Today we are doing the top summer fragrances above the $35 mark within the designer world. Dior Homme Eau for Men. This is the best iris in the whole Dior Homme line. And that's saying a lot because up until Dior 2020, RIP Dior Homme line, because it used to be all about the iris, and this one is. This is the best iris. It is super classy, super elegant. It can be a bit cloying if oversprayed in the high heat. Buy it before it's too late, because this one is a masterpiece. L'Homme Ideal Cologne. This one is almond and citrus. Performance is not that great. 3-4 hours, but this one is a gorgeous enough scent that I think it is worth it. I would pay up to about the $50 mark for 100 ml. If you can, buy it while you can, because it still is on discounters. The 100 mils are getting a little bit harder to find. The 50 mils are still readily available as of this video. Next up on the list is a fragrance that can be worn really as a signature scent or year round. This is Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, the 2020 reformulated, whatever you want to say about it. It does not have the beast mode projection and power that the old Fierce used to have. And if you're about my age, you know, roughly 87, you'll remember going into the malls and smelling this for miles, it seemed like, because they would like pump this through the AC system, I think. This is very mass pleasing. It is all about musk, vetiver, a little bit of oak moss, a little bit of citrus. Problem with this one is 1 hour to 2 hours, it's gone. Sometimes in the summer though, if you're into water activities, say the pool or the river or whatever, and you know that whatever you're going to be doing outside, it's just going to sweat off in about an hour, go with this one. And there's going to be people out there going, but bro, just get Mont Blanc Legend, man. That's just a cool little clone. It's just, if you're trying to buy a Ventus and you're buying an Ventus clone, you're ultimately going to be unhappy and not satisfied. If you're looking for Fierce and you want Fierce, then buy Fierce. It's not that hard, people, okay? Next up is a new release in the fragrance world, at least new in 2020, which is, if you're watching this in the future, boy, is it going to be hard to describe the year 2020. This is Aqua Dzo Profundo. It is that Aqua Dzo DNA, but kind of combined with a blue fragrance. And what I mean by that is it's going to have that freshness and that sweet kind of sharpness of the Aqua Dzo, but it's also going to have the ambroxan. Aqua Dzo thinks they can get around the whole ambroxan thing, which is really metallic notes, by calling them mineral notes. Okay, Alberto Mattias, we know what you're doing, okay? It's everyone loves the ambroxan right now. It's just the ambroxan, so let's just call it the ambroxan. We don't need this mineral nonsense. And it is of my opinion that this one is the best flanker in the line. I was not a big fan of the Profumo. This, I think, is modernized, and it's got that touch of that blue fragrance, so you're not going to smell dated. This next one on the list, I think, could be the new Creed Viking, in that sense that it got a lot of hate initially, but I think there's going to be a lot of love for this one. It is Jean Paul Gaultier in the Navy. This is an aquatic take on Jean Paul Gaultier Le Mans. It has vanilla, it has marine notes, it has mint, it has ambergris, which is really ambroxan. This is a very fresh take on Le Mans. It is really easy to wear and pull off in the summertime. It is going to be one of those mass appealing, compliment pulling fragrances, if you care about such things, which, you know, I know my boy Nigel across the pond, shout out to that guy. He wears fragrances exclusively for compliments, guys. That's crazy, right? This one, it gets a lot of hate, but I think the more it's going to be on the market, the more we're going to appreciate it. An aquatic version of Le Mans, that is Jean Paul Gaultier in the Navy. Milestone from Armaf. This is an inspired version of Creed Millésime Imperial. This is going to give you that Millésime Imperial vibe, the salted watermelon, the freshness, that seaside air accord. It is going to give you better performance, better projection, It's just not gonna have that Creed DNA that you kind of find in all of those fragrances. This one does go for about 35 to 40 bucks, so it's right at that $35 mark. I think it will go down in price the more it is at discounters. It's a fairly new release. If you like Millesime Imperial, but you don't like the performance, this is a no-brainer. And the #1 fragrance for summer 2020, above the $35 mark in the designer realm. That's kind of a mouthful. We should probably find a simpler description for that. Moving on. Spicebomb. Oh, fresh. Full disclosure, summer fragrances really aren't my thing. I like them for about the first couple weeks once the summer weather comes around, and then I'm bored. They're just not as interesting to me as the dark, dry, resinous, powdery, leathery, woody kind of fragrances that really kind of float my boat. Which you would think, I would use water to float the boat, but if you're using fragrance to float your boat, man, you must have a lot of money. This one is my top summer fragrance because you will be smelling fresh, sexy, handsome, but also not super sweet and citrusy like everyone else around you. You're gonna stand apart, but not in a bad way. This is a dry, peppery, spicy take on the Spicebomb, but it's got a fresh DNA. You're not gonna have that kind of cozy, somewhat cloying in the high heat that you're gonna find with Spicebomb or Spicebomb Extreme. This one does have some citrus in it, but it's a grapefruit. It's gonna be more of a tart citrus than rather like an overly sweet citrus. It does have pink pepper, black pepper. It does have a touch of amber, just to kind of give it a bit of sweetness, but compared to most summer scents, this is going to be a dry, aromatic, spicy scent. I really like this one, you guys. It's not going to be for everyone. If you do like more of those blue fragrances or those summer aquatics, this probably isn't going to be up your alley. Sample before you buy. This one though, it just checks all the boxes off for me in a summer fragrance. That will wrap things up for me today, Frag Commies. Thanks for hanging in there with me throughout this video. Coming up within the next video is going to be the top 5 niche summer fragrances. So if you are into those things, then, giddy up. Put your party pants on, your niche pants. I don't know what niche pants would be.